everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Civ Show podcast, where we suck so you don't have to. I'm your host, Moisos.
Raising Zozo.
And we have nystagmus, ironically, actually, with another power outage. Is that how I understand it? Yeah.
It apparently in British Columbia they still haven't figured out the whole electrical grid and internet thing. So it's either no electricity or no internet, but the irony is when they don't have electricity, the internet works fine. But it doesn't work because you can't plug it in. So I don't know what to tell you. It's British Columbia, like it's very disappointing. But I'm here.
Yeah, you're here.
You've
been away for a while. Yeah,
I have. And I appreciate Sharkster's occasional proclamations of missing me. I think I've been sick. Unfortunately.
Oh no.
I've been sick. Yeah, I unfortunately I got the big one. Me and my family, we all got it. So it's been a hell of a last 3 weeks, but I did what I needed to do. I got bed rest and I drank lots of water and I cursed at the wind. And the combination of those three things, I'm better now. I got a bit of a cough, but all things considered, no hospitalization or anything. So yeah, it was scary, but we got through it together. So I missed everybody. I even missed you, Moy.
What?
A little bit.
Oh my god!
I know. It's crazy. I was like, man, I kind of miss like Moy's like the dagger in the back. I think I got accustomed to the feel of it because you're always really good, like at the precision and like the perfect timing.
Yeah.
And I think I missed that a lot.
There's gonna be plenty of that soon. Don't worry.
I've heard.
We got a couple of good ones in the next future. Oh yeah.
I know, and like, there's so much changing. I leave Civ for a couple weeks, and I come back, and it's like everything's different. The trebuchet's coming, and
have you been keeping up with the content?
Canada's good. Like, what's
Canada looks sweet, man. Do you want to go through them first? You want to talk about Canada?
Oh man, I don't know where to start. I'm so excited. Before we get into it, I was thinking, would it be so bad, Moy, if instead of Civ 7, we just got a new Frontier Pass?
People have been talking about it, man.
Would that be so bad?
You hear all the speculation about like how Kevin said like the last free update, or like the final update, and like, oh, this is it, this is the end of Civilization 6, but it's like, no, he said it was the final season's update, so there's another season. Oh my god, no, he capitalized the word free. It's gotta be more. There's more paid content.
I do it again. I pay $75 and I'd go through
40,
this,
wasn't it?
Whatever. Was it 40? Oh, maybe it's early bird. We got early bird, right? I think we got it like right away.
It's still like 40, $50 if I remember correctly.
$50. It doesn't matter. It was, Civ it's been a really good investment. Like, it's like, yeah, I keep playing it. We keep going back to it. We built this like thing, Civ show around this game.
Yeah.
And would it be so bad? And I was just thinking, like, I do this all again. Like, and think about it. It wouldn't just be new Civs. They could do the leader thing, what Pierre Elliott Trudeau maybe could be a leader, or Johnny McDonald, who knows? So I don't know. I enjoyed it that much.
And it was really good.
This finale of like, because like as Nystagmus would say, if it's not OP, there's a problem. Or whatever everything's OP. Well, now all the Civs, I think so far, if they've done this to most of them,
to 2/3,
let's get into it. 2/3,
yeah,
man, these are all exciting.
So they revealed 5 civilizations that they're going to change out of the 2/3. I think there's 50 civilizations, so under that
7.
There's
They
7.
Spain,
They revealed 7.
Khmer,
1, 2, 3,
China,
4, 5,
Mapuche, Canada,
6.
George 6. We're
6.
okay.
In the middle.
We're both
Yeah.
wr're in the middle. We're in the middle.
Price is Right rules. I win. I didn't go over. Take that.
Without damn,
Yeah.
I'm done.
So let's start,
what do you want to do first? Do you
start-
want to do the Civs or the new crazy awesome units? What do you?
Let's do the Civs first because they're more exciting.
right.
It's more exciting. Yeah.
Okay.
So you pick one. I think you want. I don't know if you want to pick Canada, but you pick one. And
Let
you
me
can talk about it.
yeah. Let's start with Canada.
Yeah.
Because Canada is one of my favorite civs, and now even more so, because I already thought they were pretty fantastic, but now, so Canada, 2 abilities they have modified, or 2 things they've modified, but the first one's the actual important one.
No, they're both important. You just don't play with
There
the other
are,
one.
I know, okay, I know. Okay, I'll start with the other one. So the Mountie has been modified. It now is less. It has more combat strength, and yes, it is significant that it gains an additional national park charge because national parks are so late.
Oh my
yeah.
god!
So to have that, and I started to understand. I guess the Mounties, they're intended to be a defensive domestic unit, right?
Yeah.
You got to protect your assets, I guess. So you get national parks, like that's Mounties. You get them pretty like industrial.
And
Are they industrial?
I don't know, but
Or are
I
they
think
modern?
like modern. Yeah.
They might be modern.
I'll look it up. You keep going.
Okay, so yeah, that's a significant, having an extra free national park. How much is a national park usually? It's a naturalist, right? And that's like 600 faith or something.
600 faith, and it increases by 100 every time.
Yeah, so that's 2 charges, and it's a military unit, so you can buy
gold purchase it because it's a military unit instead of having to do it with faith. Yeah.
So that's huge for the culture game, which I'm told is a way to win the game. And then the other significant is the last best west. So now mines grant. So basically they double the bonus, right? Because before it was +1, I believe. So now mines grant a +2, and lumber mills a +2 for production.
Yeah.
And +2 food to farms as long as they're tundra. So now your tundra, which you could farm before, would only give you a 1, so it'd go up to 2. So is this suggesting that this is a 3 or a 4?
So it's
is
+2. So if a tundra tile usually starts with 1 food, so you put 1 farm down, it becomes 3 food, and then that farm still upgrades throughout the tree, so then it becomes 4 food, 5 food, so on and so forth.
It's effectively a grassland. They basically have made
it becomes equivalent to grass. So if you put farm on tundra, it becomes equivalent to putting a farm on grass. They both become 3 food. Yeah.
Okay. So and these are right away. You're getting these right away, these bonuses. So this is like Canada is now, right from the beginning of the game, a powerhouse for production and food. Like this is going to be awesome. And like nobody likes tundra. So you're getting, and they usually start with it too. I like it. I think it's simple. But I think like because it's so early, that snowball effect is not insignificant at all.
The mines and the lumber mills are huge, though. The mines, like those are just better mines than everybody else in the game. The farms, I think people catch up on, or maybe I don't know the exact math for farms, but yeah, lumber mills and mines are consistently always better. So their production is actually really nuts. I'm really excited about it.
You add work ethic to that, which I always do. We're talking some pretty, and this is like all your Canadian cities. Mines are going to be all over the place. So yeah, I think we've got now a Canada who will be able to get those early wonders, and this is now a Canada that will get tourism, and like maybe now actually that kind of silly, for every 100 tourism they get 1, maybe that. Maybe you'll get that on time. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, I like it. I any change to Canada is a good thing. You know, modify, make it better. And then yeah, this Mountie thing is going to be a big deal because they get a bonus. Is it within 2 tiles?
It's within 2 tiles, yeah. So
Within
5
2
strength
tiles?
within 2 tiles, and 5 strength if 5 additional on top of that. So plus 10 total if it's a Canadian national park.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, good for the defense. Anyways, Canada. Now I heard your precious what do you want, Georgia? Why don't you,
Oh,
why
I
don't you
want
talk
Georgia. Oh, I
me?
know I
Tell
want
us.
Georgia. Oh yeah,
I'm gonna maybe
baby.
beat them one day. I've
It's such a
never
s-
been Georgia.
It's such a
Never.
small, like subtle change with Georgia. Such a subtle change. One of them is the fact that the Kevser now replaces a melee unit. So now you can pre-build Kevsers with swordmen and warriors and actually upgrade into them instead of having to build one just for the era score. So now it's actually kind of useful. You spam your swordmen, you spam your warriors, you upgrade them all to Kevser, and then you suddenly are going to war with like Ethiopia or someone else who likes hills, Gaul maybe even. And I think it's really cool. And so yeah, the Kevser replaces the new Man-at-Arms. We'll get to the Man-at-Arms in a little bit. Then the other one, Glory of the World, Kingdom in Faith. They modified this as well. So instead of them giving additional faith when you declare a protectorate war, you now get additional faith when you defeat units. So I think this is really interesting. So Greece, Gorgo, they get culture when they defeat units, but now Tamar gets faith when they defeat units.
I was just thinking, like, and doesn't like Macedonia get science when
That's
they
when they
defeat
build
units?
units.
I was like, we gotta have a game where like, you know, it's just all the and then you have Gaul gets a culture bonus where it's just these guys.
So Gaul, Macedonia, Greece, Gorgo, and Tamar. Those are
you know
all,
what I like?
You have to have units.
You know what I like? I'm just thinking of the Carl interview. What I like about this is we were talking about how there's certain what do you call it, pantheons that nobody takes.
Yeah.
And I believe one of them gives you a faith bonus when you kill, I think, barbarians or something like that.
Yeah, when you kill the
So
camp, you get
maybe
100 faith or 50 faith. Yeah, that's
if this stacks, that actually could be significant. That could be a big early chunk.
You know, I didn't think about whether that works on barbarians, because the Gorgo one doesn't work on barbarians, I don't think. So I'm not sure.
It says defeated units. It doesn't say.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
I have a feeling it won't, but yeah, we'll find out. If it doesn't, that's fine. It's totally fine. It's still pretty good. They can focus on faith so hard now, though, so they can take, like, I know I wouldn't take Defender of the Faith because they're already good at their defense with their good walls, but you go all out faith and diplomacy, so you can take the one that gives pressure whenever you put an envoy into a city state, and then you can send trade routes to city states, and you're getting more for if you pick owls. I wanted to do that when I played Tamar against you when I think you were Gaul. I think it was the first game you were Gaul. And I was trapped in like that mountain. Do you remember that game? I wanted to do it there. And I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be sick. But man, I had such a bad start. So like, whatever.
Not a big deal. I am and like and they modified. I think the faith bonus now it wasn't +4 before, right?
It was, but now
was it +4? Okay.
So now you get 100% faith from your wall, the Teach, I think it's called, wall. It's +4, but you get 100%. Okay. Before, it used to be when you declare a protectorate war. So now you get 100%, so 8 faith from it if you are in a golden age, which is way more into their abilities, since they get that +1 era score. No matter if they're in a golden age or within a normal age, they always have a way to accumulate more era scores, so they're more likely to get in a golden age. That just flows with their kit better, and I enjoy it. So the Protectorate War was cool, and I understand why, because they want to focus on city states. However, declaring a Protectorate War, the odds of doing that, and I have a suggestion later on similar to this, the odds of doing that is very slim, and so that bonus with +8 faith instead of +4 faith didn't feel like it was worth it, because it wasn't that much more faith for how rare this thing occurred. So I like that they made that change.
Yeah, I agree. Not that I know much about Georgia, having never been them. Now, speaking of golden ages,
Yeah,
the next one, I was actually kind of surprised because I always thought Mapuche was great. I love Mapuche.
Yeah, but now they're even better.
Now they're great.
Now
This is amazing.
They're so good.
They're almost like Scotland's invaded Mapuche, and now they get Scotland stuff as well. So they have cities with established governors now receive plus 5% culture, plus 5% production, and plus 10% experience to all units trained in the city. That's not insignificant.
Fantastic.
These numbers are tripled in cities not founded by. So if they go on a conquering spree, that is a plus 15% culture, plus 15% production, and plus 30% to all experience for units found. So obviously you want to go on a nice conquering spree with a Void Singer Mapuche here. All cities within 9 tiles of the Mapuche city with a governor gain plus 4 loyalty per turn towards the Mapuche. They get plus 10 combat strength against civilizations in golden and historic ages that has been moved to the Latero. And I think they get, I thought I read that they get that against, they get their combat bonus against free states.
Free cities. Yeah.
Free cities now,
that's
too.
true. Yeah. Yeah. So
but
now
that's,
if a city flips, they can actually have a combat bonus against them too. Yeah.
So a governor gives you, I think it gives you a plus 6,
8,
right?
Plus
8. So now we're talking a plus 12. That is not insignificant.
If you have 3 cities within 9 tiles of a city, you put a governor in all 3 of those. That's plus 12 loyalty exerting to that one, right? And so once you take it, it's so much easier for Mapuche to keep a city. So Warlord's Throne is legitimately maybe a debatable first governor building that you would take from Mapuche, and it's like one of the only ones you would do because it's so hard to keep a city in civilization. But with Mapuche, it's so much easier, and I'm so excited. Even their loyalty, the loyalty has changed. They doubled that, they doubled the loyalty.
Yeah. Well, and for either governor, the military governor or what's the culture governor? Doesn't that it's not
Liang or Reina?
The girl, the one that exerts the one that you'd normally send to city states.
Oh, Amani.
She has one of her upgrades is, I believe, things within 9 tiles, and this is the same 9 tiles. I think the loyalty goes down. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
So Amani has within 9 tiles -2 loyalty, and then Victor has an upgrade as well that is, I think, plus 4 loyalty to your cities, but then the other one is -2 to other cities.
Cities. I'm thinking there's gonna be some neat combinations here, so that's awesome. I don't think they even needed that, honestly. But okay, sure. And we're not done. We're not done, Moy. We're not done.
So much more.
Swift Hawk has been reworked. So the combat bonus is now part of the Lutero ability, and now applies Luteros. Sorry, I always get Lutero sounds so much like the unit for the Colombia.
That's a
Unero, Lutero, and now applies to this is the free cities alongside civilizations in golden ages and heroic ages. Loyalty penalty from killing units is now doubled. It was already so bad. It was already so bad. Now it's doubled.
40
but
kill a unit.
Yeah,
40.
But
so
pillaging
40.
But pillaging no longer inflicts. Okay, that 40 is ridiculous. When you add to it the amount of loyalty they're exerting, and I'm telling you now, this culture. I think this culture. What's her name? I'm always the city-state governor.
Amani.
I think can now be used aggressively.
Diplomat.
The diplomats.
Yes.
Whatever. I think that's cool. But yeah, pillaging no longer inflicts loyalty. That was fun, being able just to pillage and get that. Yeah. I think this is arguably better though. because you want big chunks for loyalty to have any hope of flipping a city. So, and then the Chimemal now has an inherent +1 production in addition to its normal culture. So that's a nice little perk. I don't know. I love what they did with the Mapuche. I already thought they were pretty sweet. Now they're even better. So that'll be a fun.
The -40 loyalty is such a big deal because it's like not even if they have. So Carl's actually mentioning in chat, it's like, oh, like in a golden age, people usually have 30 loyalty pressure. So like, yeah, that's pretty significant. But the -40 right away, doesn't that apply to like if you have 60 loyalty, you get -25% to all your yields? So if that applies to that turn, right? Every time you're killing a unit, you're depleting their ability to generate science, to generate culture, to generate gold, faith, production, food, everything. Every time you kill a unit, every time you pillage something. That's what I love about this civilization. And now you can really feel those punishments on the loyalty when you kill units. I'm so looking forward to just playing them. It's gonna be so much fun.
Do you think that now Mapuche and Eleanor are gonna be a I think that could make a pretty sweet combination between if they're working together on the same team. Wouldn't Eleanor?
Oh my god!
Yeah,
dude, that would be crazy.
Wouldn't Eleanor like end up getting all of this? I guess against her, that'd be even more annoying. Wouldn't she end up stealing cities from Mapuche?
Yeah, but if you're on, if
That
it's a team, like that's a good 2v2.
If it's a team effort, though,
like,
I think
you get. Okay, hey, maybe we can restart a game with Bose and like I'll play Eleanor and you play Mapuche.
We'll have a chance. We'll have a chance.
Oh my god!
Wow. I think this is great. Here, let me do China, and then you can do your precious, beautiful whatever.
And then you can do and then you can do Spain. Okay.
Sure. Okay. So China, who's now like with the new zombies expansion, is now the best civ in the game. Everyone knows this, right? Because of how great the Great Wall is. Now the dynastic cycle modified. So when you complete a world wonder, any world wonder. So now forever they get something with world wonders. You now receive a Eureka and inspiration from that wonders era. So that's cool. They said,
I love that change.
I guess China can have beyond. I think before it only went to classical era, right?
Well, no. So their workers can put production into ancient and classical era wonders, right? So that still stops at the classical era. But at least now that if they continue to build wonders even past that, they can still get this bonus. So it's a throughout the game bonus that most civilizations have. Now they have it.
And their Eureka is higher, right? I think it's 50%.
They get 50% instead of 40%. Yeah.
It's not insignificant. Yeah, it's not insignificant. It's Eureka's and inspiration. So that's always nice. So and then when you have the zombie mode on, let's go China. We're gonna use some of those new outposts or whatever they're called. Tell us about the Great Wall.
The Great Wall.
Well, they all count as barricades. That's what I meant to say. Barricade.
The Great Outpost. Is that what you said?
The Great Outpost. The Great Outpost. Okay, listen here, buddy.
Okay.
I'm still recovering. Tell us about your precious finally fixed. This was a big fix. This is a big fix. I hate this div so much. Now it's like, oh, this is lame. This is like Tall City Central.
Good. Okay, so there's some mixed feelings I've heard from this change. So Khmer, they changed the unique building. So now cities with aqueducts receive +1 faith per population and +1 amenity. That amenity, I've made a mistake on my video. I said +1 amenity per population in my video. That's not it, folks. That's not it.
That would be insane.
That's what I was thinking. Like, this is insane. I'm like, holy crap. It's not that. Okay, so it's not that. It's +1 amenity if you have an aqueduct, and then +1 faith per population. Farms receive +2 food from adjacent aqueducts. That's always been there, and +1 faith from adjacent holy sites. So the Grand Beret Really, really, really awesome. The +1 faith per population is really good. That means that, like, you know, I think they can probably keep up with Russia. And then if we get into their other abilities, you'll see why that per population is such a big deal for this. So what they took out, oh, that's not, oh, I'm sorry. Okay. They took out the, I'm just going to spoil it. They took out the ability where if your missionary dies, he gets a free relic. They took that away. But they replaced it with the +1 faith per population. I kind of like that change. So that's where the mix up is. Some people
with aqueduct. You need an aqueduct, right?
No. So that one you need a Persat. You needed a Persat, which is their unique building. But hold on. So sorry, I mixed that up. Their grand berets is not their unique building. The Persat is their unique building. So the Persat, I'll just go there now, gives now plus 0.5 culture per population in its home city. And then after flight, if the city has over 10 population, it gets plus 10 tourism, which is actually kind of significant. If their population is over 20, it gets 20 tourism. And that's where it stops. I kind of wish it kept scaling just for the fun of it, like 30 population, 30 tourism, 40 population, 40 tourism, just to see, like, you know what I mean? But so that used to be the one where it gave your missionaries the I'm gonna die purposefully and get a relic ability. Now it doesn't have that. So that's where the controversy is. Some people really enjoyed that ability. They liked to build a bunch of missionaries and just go send them and swarm them into their enemy and just have them killed in theological combat. The problem with that is in multiplayer, that works 0% of the time. And so I think this was a change directed at the multiplayer community, but also like they wanted to, I think maybe I don't know, not have it so unrealistic where you're just like, I'm just gonna build a bunch of missionaries and get the triple relic tourism, just send them and have them die. I want to kill my own units just for my own victory. Like, I think maybe they just wanted to take that away. It kind of is like a one-dimensional game. So I'm like, okay, take that away. Let's instead build their population. What does Khmer do? They like to build population, right? They want to get a high
double down.
Double down on it, man. The fact that they even have the ability for plus 20 means they can get 20 pop cities is insane. Go ahead.
Okay. And then this monastery of the kings is silly, I think, because if you get lucky and say started like Rivery Jungle area, which is not unheard of for Khmer,
Sacred Path,
and you take the not even Sacred Path. I was just thinking the Pantheon that gives you the adjacency bonus for
River
jungle.
Goddess.
Yeah,
that's Sacred Path.
No, not River Goddess. River Goddess would be good too.
The whatever. Sacred Path is the jungle one.
Sacred Path, yeah. So you're that's like on a river, and then plus that, like I think we're getting into like plus 11 food territory. If I could be mistaken, but like
you're like the craziest religion for Khmer. So you're going to go River Goddess, okay? So now you get plus 4 housing and plus 2 amenities if your holy site is next to a river. Plus, they get a major adjacency to rivers now. So it's a plus 2 faith automatically from that. Awesome, right? Then you get feed the world. More food, more housing. Why not, right? And then you go, you can get the Gurdwara building, which is more food and more housing. And then you just stack those. And then the thing, okay, well, let me finish this one point. If you take another belief that is per follower, like per 4 followers, all you need to do is just build Khmer's population and just have a domestic religion, and your science or your gold and your culture or whatever you pick is gonna go through the roof, dude. That's what I wanted to say.
Now, I think there's also a case as borderline. What I was going to say about Sacred Path is then, Sacred Path and work ethic. So we're talking some massive holy sites. Either way, no matter what, like either of those works. The housing. There are other ways to get housing, but yeah, that would also work. You're taking the River Goddess. So either way, it's cool to see a civ that is really, really good at building tall. Because I don't think there's not a lot, right?
There's not a lot. Yeah,
like,
that's correct.
And civ is like usually you'd get penalized for building. Like when I mean building, like where you only build like 3 cities or 4 cities, right? You usually want to have like a bunch. These guys can get away with it. So good on them. We'll see. Significant change, like almost like this is a different Civ change. I would argue that's how big of a change that they did. But I also think it needed it because, as you know, I hated Khmer before.
But then even with the more population that they have, the more religious pressure that they're gonna give, right? So I think
loyalty too.
They're spreading their religion, and then they can spread their religions through missionaries and apostles. I love this Civ so much right now. In theory, on paper, I think this is the one I'm looking forward to most. Is Khmer. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, we don't even know. We don't even know about the others.
So far. So then go through the last.
Speaking of salvage operations, were we talking salvage operations?
Yeah.
All right, possibly. At least on the Civ show, one of the least, even more so than Khmer. Oh no, not Spain! I remember nobody ever wanted to be Spain when we used to actually go through all of them. Now, now Spain is pretty impressive.
Pretty cool.
So, first of all, treasure fleets. So now it's been modified. Can still establish fleets and armadas with mercantilism. I love that word. But now, Spain now receives +3 gold and +1 faith and +1 production from all trade routes, and then you get to triple these if they travel between multiple continents, which later on in the game, not hard to do. Instead of the old boosted yields from intercontinental trade. Then you got cities not on their home continent now receive +25% production towards a district and a free builder when founded. So obviously, like, I read that and I'm like, okay, so they get that. That's cool. But does that doesn't stack with having the civic building?
Oh, it does. It does.
What, you get 2?
You get 2 builders.
You get 2?
I think.
All right, that is awesome.
In a different stream, he's like, yeah, you get 2 builders.
That is awesome. Wow.
Imagine then having the 2 free build actions, and then you build that city, and you get 10 build charges right when you build the city.
Wow. That's awesome. That is like 10. And like if you establish your governor there too, there could be 12.
Well, if you settle the city, you can't establish that governor.
Yeah. All right. Fine. Nah, you're right this time, Moy. Anyways, that's not insignificant at all. In fact, that's like downright pretty fantastic. And then the +25 production bonus is just going to get amplified by the fact that you've got these 2 workers who are going and taking all that land and making it pretty. Then we've got our El Escorial modified. It's now +5 combat strength against units of other religions, and one more than previous. So
it was +4 combat. Now it's +5.
It was +4. Okay, just round up. All right. And then mission +2 loyalty from missions adjacent to city centers on non-home continents are now a bonus with missions and not from Spain civilization abilities. So now your missions, you're gonna get to keep those cities that and exert loyalty, I guess. So right?
You get those 2 builders. You're just building missions.
Yeah, missions, right? And
you're gonna secure that city on a new continent. It's fantastic. Yeah. So oh no, I'm so scared to go over the sea and build a new city. Not Spain, just mission.
And then like domestic trade routes, I'm like this is intercontinental trade. It doesn't say domestic or international. So that means your treasure fleet ability is going to be good for domestic. Yeah. That's awesome. Now you've got your, these new cities are going to grow super fast.
Now you get 9 gold, 3 faith, 3 production. In addition to whatever you normally would have gotten. Yeah. Plus
the 25%. And you're gonna add your civics for that craziness as well.
True. Yeah. When you're +4 gold, +1 faith, baby.
Almost like they It's almost like they took Spain and like made them decent. Strange. Makes you think. What are the other civs gonna be like, Moy? What are they gonna be like? Who else do you think they're gonna change?
So
You think they'll do something to the U-boat?
No, because the U-boat is necessary. It's necessary.
I know.
It needs to be bad because the rest of the Civ is too good. It needs to be bad. You can't, if they add the Panzer tank, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad because the Germany's gonna be that much better, and then PB's gonna go on that much of a rampage, and just not even cool. Anyway,
gotta be fair. Gotta be fair.
A change I want to see. A change
yeah.
I want to see. I want to see Scotland change. Since they changed Tamar's ability where you don't have to declare a protectorate war, I want to see Scotland's ability where you don't have to declare a liberation war in order for them to have their ability. I don't remember exactly what it is because I never do it, but I want that to be changed. I like the idea, the historical relevance of having liberation war. Scotland liberated itself and whatnot. Like, that's cool. I like the idea, the historical impact. In the game, I just don't know if it's that practical. So, like, I don't mind if they don't change it. I would just like to see them change it.
But then, are they going to do the same thing for Australia?
But that's not a very specific war. That's like if you declare any war.
That's
on
the defensive.
Australia, and like they're like, okay, here's 100% war like production. I don't think anyone's ever complained about Australia's ability. I think that's actually what makes them good. So.
Right, you don't want to attack them. Yeah, fair. I think you're likely correct. You are technically correct, the best kind of correct. So I would not be surprised, especially since now that Mapuche has basically imported the +5 culture plus. This is great. Just with Void Singers, I just love that ability so much. And then quickly, let's just talk. They obviously this is the lead to the units, okay, and then because they've updated the units, they've reduced the strength. So now swordmen are base 35 down from 36, and musketmen are down to 45 from base 55. It's almost like there's going to be some intermediate units. What? Oh, what? There are. They've added 2 new units. Plus the trebuchet. Well, I know 2 new melee units, and then the trebuchet is a standalone.
Go for the first.
Which one do you want to do? Which one do you want to do? I know which one you want to do. You want to do the trebuchet, so I'll talk about the man of arms. Okay,
you do the units, I'll do the trebuchet.
Man of Arms kind of reminded me, like when I heard about the Man of Arms, of the Maceman from Civ 4, I believe it was, because you got your swordman, and then you got your maybe they were macemen. They had maces. That's all I remember. They had maces or whatever. Anyways,
you're right.
Yeah. So we have now got a Man of Arms, an intermediary. This is between the swordman and the musketman, which I like because it's such a jump. You know, to go from sword to gun. Huge. It's a huge jump. So now the Man of Arms, it's a medieval era unit. Introduce it. That doesn't matter. It upgrades from the swordman. It has a +5 combat strength versus anti-cavalry units. So
all melee units have that. Yeah,
I know. Okay. And then its movement is just your basic 2, but it's got a 45 melee and a sight of 2. So basically, it's just a nice little middle unit between that huge jump, the original 36 to 55.
Yeah.
Which I like. I like anything that every era should definitely have like a melee unit, I think.
And now that is the case.
Now we've got it. Now a bunch of other civs, it looks like, have their special alone unit has been replaced by is now a Man of Arms, which means that unit that's a great example. Where before it's outside the tree, so until you get you get the upgrade after it, but you wouldn't be able to upgrade your swordsman into it. Now you can. So that's cool. That's a nice little jump. And then you know what? Because you're gonna do the trebuchet, I'm gonna quickly do the line.
Go for
infantry.
it, man. Yeah, go for it.
So and then we've got our line infantry. So now we've got a new intermediate or transition between musketmen and infantry. This
Yeah.
is another one that like musketmen to infantry is huge. It's such a massive jump up.
It was another like 20, I think. Another 20 upgrade. It's crazy.
Like it's a significant upgrade.
It's 15. Okay.
So these guys are 65 strength. Okay, so that is now 20 above musketmen.
10 more than
10 the original. More than the original, but now the new musketman is 45. Although that does make musketmen like, I think so. Isn't that? I think that's what I read. Yeah, they reduced it, right?
Wow, so it's plus 20 from musketmen. Whoa, I had no idea. Dang.
That is a significant jump. 65, and then infantry are what? 80? No, 85. What are infantry? Infantry are 70. So you're going. And they need oil.
Time out.
Like,
Carl is confirming that musketman is still 55. So this page is wrong. What we're reading. This page is wrong.
Fandom burn. Fandom. Can't believe you. Fandom. I can't believe fandom betrayed us like that.
Right,
okay,
well, that's fine.
That's good.
That's fine. Okay,
so
now it's a plus 10. It's not a plus 20. So good.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, that's fine. All right, Moy, go ahead. Tell us about your favorite new date.
Do you wish that you could launch a 200 kilogram projectile over 300 meters? Well, now you can. You couldn't do it with the catapult. The catapult only a hinge. That's all it does. A flick of the wrist. You don't want a flick of the wrist. You want a bend of the arm. A bend of the arm. And now you can with the trebuchet. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, dude, I'm happy about this. This is sick. So
I am too. I can have an army of trebuchets instead of catapult.
Yeah, exactly. So now it doesn't go from catapult to bombard. It goes catapult to trebuchet to bombard. And the Khmer, their unique unit, the Domri, replaces the trebuchet. So the Domri is also not a unique siege unit. You can upgrade from the catapult.
That is pretty cool.
Another amazing.
That elephant can't that elephant like move and shoot?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
Good.
Okay,
so the trebuchet,
fine, redeemed.
The 35 melee strength, 45 bombard strength. I'm not sure what the catapult is. I'll be completely honest with you. Let me take a look real quick. The catapult is 23 melee and 35 bombard. So it's a plus 10 to the range strength and a plus 12 to the melee strength. So that's pretty good. It's a good in between. Now, so like it's weak against medieval walls, I'd imagine, but really strong against ancient walls, or it's okay against medieval walls maybe. And then you get bombards and they just destroy medieval walls. So this is a good in between.
Now, what technology gives you trebuchets?
Know. We don't.
Oh, we don't know. Well, if engineering gives you,
engineering gives the catapults and then
medieval. I want to say I'm gonna guess like castles or something like that. It's like, we'll give you a castle and a way to knock it down.
Okay.
What I like about this is in Civ 4 Warlords, the trebuchet was like huge. It was such a big deal. It was
Civ 5, it was a big deal. Yeah.
So much better than a catapult. So yeah, I'm glad that they incorporated it. I love that too. In the video where they demo it, it's like the catapult. It's shooting at a catapult.
Yeah, I know.
Screw you, catapult.
It's because the catapult is an inferior version. Why would you use a catapult when you can use a trebuchet? Why would you launch a 200 kilogram projectile 2 meters when you can launch it 300 meters? Though, why?
I don't. Undetected.
That's anyway, a line from. I love that this is in the
Men
game.
in Tight.
So those are all.
I like it.
Those are all the announced new changes. There's a couple of new maps too. Actually, I'm sorry. You can go through it because you were excited about these maps.
I was. You know what? I played a couple games of True Start Earth, and I think definitely it's something we'll do on the show. Especially 12 civs. And like, if they fixed, like, it was already okay, but like the one problem I've always had with the True Start is the regions. Like you have to make sure you don't have overlap. So I would like set up and be like, okay, only these 8 civs can be here, and only these 8 civs can be here, and I would hand pick. So I hope something like that with the True Start Earth to make sure that there's not insane overlap.
So
I'm actually more.
Ed Beach actually, he said, if you don't know who Ed Beach is, he's one of the lead designers of Civ 6. He said with the new random leader selection pools, you can make half of them Eurasian countries, the other half the rest of the world, and then you pick a random one, and it's an evenly distributed world.
That's great, and I think that's my only beef with the True Start locations is you have to do that manually.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
And then no worries. And then True Start Mediterranean, I think that sounds fantastic, especially if the map is actually good. Like I think the Europe map, it's like, why is there so much Russia in this Europe map? Like I know Russia's part of Europe, I guess, maybe not really though. I don't know. It's debatable. There's just so much Russia. So the map's boring. I found the old Europe map is boring. So this is the Mediterranean. So this is going to be Rome game, and you're going to have pretty much Greece and Nubia, and yeah. So and Canada can be in there. No. But that they added new script for it. I'm hoping they put some love into these two because I could see them both being very, very fun. And I think we will feature them for sure. But other than that, I think that's all we know, Moy.
That's all we know so far.
That's all we know so far.
Is there a change that you want to see out of maybe one of your favorite civilizations that you feel is a little bit on the weak side?
Change,
put you on the spot, but I already
mentioned
Scotland, so I'm already passed. I already got mine.
Yeah,
my word.
Well, it's going to be for all of the Frontier Pass, right?
Yeah, correct.
So it's going to be all the older guys. So I'm guessing like the Aztecs will probably get something nice.
What about
I could see the Aztecs.
What about Poland?
Well, yeah, Poland I've always thought is too muddled in my opinion. I'd like a little bit more. Like when you look at what they did to Khmer, that's why I didn't really like Khmer. I felt it was too muddled, or not enough. Maybe not muddled, but like not enough of a double down on what it does. So maybe, in fact, definitely, I will predict that Poland will get a good upgrade. Who else would I want to see fixed? Like, I think there's civs like the Cree that like could be made a little bit more fun. They're okay, but alliance bonuses aren't that fantastic with them. So I could see the Cree being something they could do some fun stuff with.
What about like India? How do you feel about India?
Yeah, I almost sometimes it's one of the rare things I miss from Civ 5. India was like the tall city.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Civ, right?
You needed less amenities. You need less amenities.
Yeah, it's like half the amount or something like that. So like India, just remember them having big tall cities, and now I don't know if. So yeah, I could see. Like I'm thinking of civs that haven't really been in a while, and India would definitely be one. Egypt. Like with when you look at what they've done to Spain for trade, and just how when you've got Portugal in the game, you got all these other trade civs in the game. Egypt's I think will be significant. Actually, I wonder if same thing with Mali. When you look at what they because before Mali had that faith bonus, is that really that great anymore now that you've got like Khmer with their
Yeah, it's still pretty good because they get they're like one of the first people to get a pantheon, and that's huge because they get desert folklore, right?
Yeah, but like who else is taking desert folklore, right?
Fair.
And you're not going to take the free settler. You can't. So really, is that a super big deal?
Okay.
So yeah. So we'll see. I could see like when we look at what they've done for, because they have a nice spread here, right? They've got
Yeah.
Canada, like, here, look at this production culture civ. Look what we've done for them. Khmer, look at this faith civ. Look what we've done for them. Spain, look at this expansion civ. Look what we've done for them. So I think you can probably predict that
Scythia,
the Mali and Scythia, yeah,
yeah,
that needs
there you go.
Ever since Scythia's initial release with a broken, like buying units and then selling them and then
yeah.
after they fixed that, Scythia is just so boring, so boring. It makes my eyes water just thinking about. I don't know. I've always found Scythia super boring.
I just find
so
that
maybe
the unique building doesn't make sense, right? It gives them like +1 faith, +1 gold, like, and that's kind of it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I feel very lackluster.
It is.
It needs
It's underwhelming.
Yeah,
it's underwhelming. So yeah, definitely Scythia. They'll do something cool with. Maybe now that they took away Mapuche's thing with pillaging, maybe they'll add something pillaging wise to them. I don't know.
Well, that makes sense.
You know who needs to be enhanced is Russia. Yeah. They
give them more land. Give them.
They should have
full rings right away.
You know, this is what they do. This is how they fix Russia.
Okay. Yeah.
They let them have soothsayers, even if you're not playing in the apocalypse game. That's it. Russia fixed. It's being such a weak civ. That's all they got to do. No, I hope they don't touch Russia.
Lavers also need to give great general points and great merchant.
Yes.
Points. Yeah. That's brilliant.
Why?
And great admiral, dude. Come on.
Maybe. What if when you get it, you got like a bonus pantheon? Russia. I think that might balance out Russia a little bit. So look what they're giving Canada. You can't have Russia
a free settler and Dance of the Aurora.
There you go. Come on, it's balance. We gotta keep Russia fair. Now that Canada's got +2 food from farming tundra. Come on, people. No, I hope they don't touch any of the power civs. I hope they don't touch Germany. I hope they don't touch even like America. I think now both of them are fantastic now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, pretty, and then anyone else, I think you're pretty much good.
I still feel like they'll just maybe refresh some of the abilities. So like the ones that have been around since vanilla, I feel like they even if it's good, they might change it anyway just to keep it new and fresh, so that like everybody gets kind of played around in the circle, right?
Right.
So like Rome, even if their bath is probably their worst ability, even though it's still pretty good, but that might get a little bit of change. That's probably really it. Maybe the roads get a bit of a change. England's probably gonna get a bit of a change.
It's funny, like when you say it, I think you can look at Spain, you can look at Khmer, you can look at the Mapuche, and you can be like, okay, look at these changes, and you could probably predict. I think we should try, Moy. We should try to predict it before they come out. Yeah.
Who are we going after right now? Scythia?
Well, Scythia, I would say we would look to the Mapuche for what they've done to them.
Okay.
And they will modify Scythia accordingly. So my guess with them, because they get their cavalry bonuses like throughout the game, right?
Yeah, so you can get double helicopters. Yeah, that's kind of weird, eh?
Yeah,
maybe
but
if they just make it's double horses, whether it's light or heavy. That's really good. But
I'd like them to get something for pillaging. Just give me some, like, make it, because I think with Scythia, it's a cool ability, 2 for 1. Having basically an arsenal for your horses, great. But I don't know, it's just boring. I just playing Scythia, it's like, I'm gonna build horses.
Yeah.
I'm gonna build some more horses, and that's it. Like I find them very underwhelming. Like that the rest of the Civ doesn't do too much. So I'd like to see something to do with maybe some pillaging, and then just something in general that has nothing to do with horses. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe production bonuses to pastures. I don't know. I don't even remember what Scythia has.
Well, I'm reading their history right now. They were known as nomads. So maybe they can get like more loyalty in every single one of their cities, because so that they can kind of spread out their cities a little bit more. They love their horses, so that's where that comes from. They can buff their horse archer a little bit. It's a little weak. I think increase its defensive capability, and then it's suddenly balanced.
You know, it'd be cool. You know, it'd be cool.
What would be cool, though?
Have something like the Canadian tourism bonus for Scythia, where it's like just having stockpiles of horses gives them a bonus. Wouldn't that be neat? If they just had horse and they get like some kind of empire bonus just because they have, and maybe it's based on like the amount of horse they have stockpiled. I don't know. I think that could be cool.
I think they should get something if they when they kill units. So they have faith already. What if it's something weird like you get your closest city gets plus 0.25 amenities for every unit killed within 5 tiles, or plus 0.5.
Or what if it gave you a loyalty bonus?
That's fine too. Yeah, that's fine.
You know, something. Yeah, that'd be cool. That's
unique. Fun. You know, like you don't find that anywhere else. A loyalty would be pretty good. I think loyalty is good. Yeah, every unit they kill, they get loyalty for their nearest city. That'd be sweet. Yeah,
I could see that. And then maybe give them something with generals might be cool.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
So just so that they can compete with Grand Colombia. I think looking at Mapuche, what they did, and looking at Khmer, and just how underwhelming I find Scythia, I think it's going to be a significant boon that they do.
I agree, but let's talk about just the new Frontier Pass in general. Well, what it kind of from start to finish, what it meant for Civilization community, what it meant for even us as the Civ show, for content creators. So I'm like, at a personal level, like I kind of want to hear your thoughts on.
All right, sure. Well, I said before, like I found the strategy that Civ was doing before the Frontier Pass underwhelming, with Nubia and Aztecs having like that you just had to like buy them alone for like $10, and you know they were okay, but it didn't get me super excited. I think the Frontier Pass completely just revolutionized like we were talking about this earlier. Like you know what? I'm not in a rush for Civ 7. I'd actually like to see another Frontier Pass, to be completely honest. I'd love to go through this again next year.
The final Frontier Pass.
Call it whatever you want. Maybe it'd be focused on more modern Civs. I don't know. Yeah, maybe there's more stuff to do with space. I don't know. But it was just it was so much fun, and it really felt like an evolution. Like it felt like it was just getting better and better. And the things that need fixing got fixed, and they took their time, and they, you know, like even just the commercials for Civ, you know, you could just see the relationship. We talked about this with Carl, the relationship that the developers had with the community. It changed
drastically.
So changed that now, like, you know, now they're part of the extended Civ family. But it was just it was something to look forward to, and I don't think you can understate how much excitement, like how much value that brings to a product, how much value it brings to a brand when you have your customers are legit. It's like when the new Apple comes out and you've got lineups, you know, down the street. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing that you know, that we all get so excited, and like every new Civ is a significant Civ. I don't think any of them were a disappointment.
No.
And then what they're doing, this is a great way to finish off, to go through and say, we're gonna, you know, this game is old. I gotta remember, this is 5 years old, right? Yeah. That's as old as my youngest kid. You know, and she's getting tall. So, you know, but that's not unheard. Like Civ 5 came out in 2010, I think. And I think Civ 4 was like 2006,
16,
2005.
16, I think.
Um,
It was a 6-year
Civ
gap.
4? Civ 4 came out in 2016? No.
Oh, no. Okay. So that 2006, maybe?
Yeah.
4?
Something like
2004? Civ 4.
that. So yeah,
2005. That's 5.
they got the formula right. You know, they with complex games, they know that just even a few changes to a complex game can like change the gameplay experience. And the new Frontier Pass just it's so enhanced it. So yeah, I'm not in a rush for Civ 7. I would love to see them do another round of this. I'd pay for it. Okay, Carl. I'd pay for it. That's all you need. That's all the marketing evidence Civ needs.
Did you see Carl's,
did you see
Carl's promotion, by the way? Junior designer, right? He's no longer a lead QA. He's junior designer. He now implements new features into the game, Zoe.
You know, I didn't want to mention it, but I think that his stature has risen since his affiliation with us. I think is
no, the people Firaxis saw him on the Civ show. I was like, wow, look at this guy. He's
like, wow, seriously, we gotta promote this guy. Yeah, like Sid Meier called him up and was like, because Sid Meier obviously watches the show.
Yeah.
It's like, get this guy.
Just call us.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's those were my thoughts. Anyways, let's get around to Frontier Pass 2. And I just because I'm not ready. Are you ready? Are you ready for like
after the 22nd when this new patch drops? I don't know, because there's gonna be so much new content that I want to try, and it's like I don't know, because there's gonna be other changes too. There's not gonna be just Civ changes. There's gonna be like policy card changes and religious changes and like so many new combinations that you need to try.
I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think there might be new policy cards.
Yeah, man.
You know? Yeah. So, like, I know everything comes to pass, and you know, that's like, and that's when I'll get my new computer. I think Civ 7.
Civ 7.
It's got to be. So no, I'm super pleased. I think the community's pleased, and then this is just a great way, doing a big remodel, tweaking, if you will, and just what we've been presented. This looks great. You know, every Civ, I hate tiers. Every Civ's got its moment in the sun. And these look like that's the direction they're going. They're trying to say, like, let's have, not every Civ is Russia, because Russia needs so much work to make good.
Terrible. Yeah.
It's so terrible, boy. So terrible. But no, really excited, and I like the ones they released. I think it gave us a taste of what we can expect.
Yeah, I know for at least for like me and us on the Civ show, like the new Frontier Pass was a huge deal. So we started, I think, in like February, like a month before this announcement, right? And we went into this not even knowing that this Frontier Pass would happen. We're like, okay, this game's kind of old. Like, how do we make it fresh and engaging? And how do we make sure that people are always interested? Even though the game is going to be the same for a long, long time now until Civilization 7 comes out. And so we were struggling a little bit. We were like, okay, like we can make these we can create these scenarios. Like we can recreate World War II, and we can play Canada and Germany and all that stuff. And that'd be really cool. And when the new Frontier Pass got announced, I know I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think I messaged you into Stagnus, and I was like, oh my god, like this is a massive deal, especially monthly content. People are going to keep coming back, and it's exactly what happened.
It really did, you know, because this has been an evolution since we started it, and like it gave us cause to like start the podcast. For instance, we're like, oh, we got to talk about this. And you know, yeah, it's had a huge influence on the Civ show, and then, you know, through us connecting with the rest of the community. In a way, Frontier Pass helped raise $7,000 for Civ Kids.
In a way, yeah, it did.
In a way,
it brought up the whole Twitch community, right? So like, I think on Twitch, Civilization is as live as it's ever been since the not the initial release of Civ 6, because that's usually like the huge boom, but like, you know, a release of a new expansion pass, essentially. Like there's tons of passionate people on Twitch and on YouTube as well. It's just growing. All the content creators are growing too. We have, I think now, 2 partners. Onspot and Bose are both partnered,
and others are on very close
on the rise. They're close. Yeah, like it's been crazy. And I know, like, kind of on a personal level, yes, New Frontier Pass was amazing, but I'm also very thankful that like it came out and it gave us the opportunity to be able to create content and do what we love to do for the game that we love to play, and present that to hundreds and thousands sometimes of people. Like, it's been awesome. And
I think it's been, I think, a saving grace for some people. You know, it's sad to say that, but like, you know, we're facing this global pandemic, right? You know, and now talk about, you know, the perfect game to be locked in your house with. It's just serendipitous. Obviously, you know, that wasn't planned.
It wasn't, but it just happened to happen.
It happened. Oh, it just happened. No, but like I don't play a lot of other games, so I don't know what other games are doing. But like, I can, the timing was just serendipitous.
The season pass is modeled after games like Fortnite and like Call of Duty now, where they do release new monthly content and you can purchase this new optional pass, the seasonal pass, which is exactly what this was. And you level up through the pass as you play the game, and you unlock like these cosmetics. And that's kind of what Fortnite did with the season pass, and everyone bought into it. Completely optional though, and this is exactly for the New Frontier Pass, completely optional. And like, you can still play the game. It's just, it gives you a little bit cooler things. And so that's just what happened here.
And you know, I've been working with video games for a while, it's about value, right? It's about and I think this is the kind of scorn some people have with video games, with the DLC content and stuff like that. Give me the complete game. Well, Civ is complete. You can vanilla. I wouldn't be able to do it, but you know, you could, in theory, you could. But the Frontier Pass, it added values to my Civ asset. You know, it's like how many games do you have that you'd be like, yeah, this game's an asset, in that like it's something that you've invested time and energy into, and it brings you happiness, right? I don't have a lot of activities that bring, and I think that is true for a lot of people. So it's different. It's different than the DLC strategies of the past that other games have done, even their own, even Civ's own strategy. I feel that I, as a customer, got my value. I feel that I got, you know, that like I've invested, all of us have quite a bit of money into Civ, and I got my value. I got my value out of it. How many games can claim that? How many games do you get that like you play, you know, and then maybe that's it? You know, you're not playing it for 5 years.
Yeah,
you know, you're not dedicated. You're not dedicating a podcast and show to it. I don't know. I guess people are, but
depends on the game. Yeah,
depends on the game. Depends on the game. Anyways, I don't know about those games. I know about Civ, and I know about the Civ community and how warm they are, and how much value this game has brought us all. It's good.
Let's wrap it up, Zoe.
Let's wrap it up. It's been a good talk, Moy, especially given I haven't talked in a long time. So
yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Let's do all the stuff we do at the end of the show, beginning with releasing that Tweety bird from that cage that you've got behind you there.
The Tweety bird keeps escaping, but I keep bringing it back, and you can follow that journey at our Twitter on the Civ Show, at the Civ Show rather, and you can get your most up-to-date Civilization and the Civ Show updates, up-to-date updates. Yeah, I said it, whatever. And you can also, that's where you get to interact with us. It's where we interact with the Civilization Twitter page, with the Firaxis Twitter page. It's just a good community to be around. So definitely follow us at on Twitter at The Civ Show.
And were you involved with Nystagmus's test tube experiments as well?
I turned it on and off again. I mean, it was broken, so I told him to turn it off and on again, and suddenly it was back online. Crazy how that works out. But you can turn it on YouTube.
You can turn on YouTube.
Yeah, just okay. This is a segment about our YouTube page. Okay, you can follow us on our YouTube page. Is where we post all of our Twitch VODs from all of our streams from Sunday to Thursday, including this podcast. You can follow a video podcast of this on our YouTube page at The Civ Show. There you go.
And then, of course, if you're looking for the more intimate connection, you can join us on our Discord. It's jumping. So much stuff going on our Discord.
Yeah,
it is the place to be. Come hang out with us and talk about Civ and share your pet picks and just have a good time with a bunch of awesome people. And then, of course, as you know, Moy, well, hasn't been this way for a while, but we've been busy with sickness and stuff. But we normally, and we'll get back into this, offer 5 days of Civilization awesomeness. Beginning, of course, on Sundays with the Civ Show every Sunday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here on Twitch TV. And then, of course, you've got Nystagmus Afternoon Tea Mondays at 2 Eastern Standard Time. I will get back into the groove with Good Morning Amenities every Tuesday around 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then, of course, you've got Moy at night. Crack a beer, play some games with Moy. He's been very loyal to keeping those on time. Going.
I'm more on time than you are, sir.
You are technically correct. The best kind of I got to use that twice today.
Wow.
I know. And then, of course, we finish up the week on Thursdays at 10:30 here on the Civ Podcast. I believe this Sunday we doing, or Saturday, Moy, aren't you? Saturday.
We are going to be hosting the Club Esports Invitational game number 2, the championship game. We're going to have Peppermint, Butler, myself, and possibly Zoe casting.
I might be there too.
On Saturday. You're the game, so it's definitely not a game that you want to miss. However, if you're listening to this on Spotify, it probably already happened. So
yeah, it's true.
Sorry.
And then we will commence with our regularly scheduled program. I know it seems like it's been a while since we've all been together. I believe April 25th, right?
Yep, correct.
With guest star Peppermint Butler, right?
Yeah.
PP's gonna kick our butts. Although now we got this new alliance, Mapuche and Eleanor, and we got plans. We got plans.
We got plans. Maybe
anyways,
it's 3v1. You never know, right?
3v1.
Pretty good. 3v1.
I think he'd allow that, or let us use the that mod. Anyways, I personally, guys, I've missed you all. It's great to be back, and I'm glad that everyone's having a great time. And I even missed Moy. I was just saying to Moy, I missed that. I know. And Nystagmus BC's got their electricity and their Wi-Fi, and they'll get that up and running. So anyways, that's it for today, Moy. Why don't you say goodnight?
Good night. Let's go raid. We're gonna raid somebody new. We're gonna raid Owls. He's a new member in the Civilization community. Good person. Let's go raid him today. So let's go say hello to Owls. See you later, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Woohoo!